Gonzalez has just grabbed a headset, joining Doug and Wolf on 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports Station. All right, Wolf said something that I admit I didn't buy fully today. You're not going to be shocked by that. So I want your opinion on it, and that is that since you work here and you spent so many days of your life in this building, do you come to the ballpark and get flooded with old memories? Does something have to spark? You do?
Yeah,
I said you did.
You.
I said
Absolutely.
you did. I, not that you ever take it for granted your career here, but at the same time, I just felt like you're here so often.
Yeah, especially a day like today, because it's going to be rocking. This place is going to be electric and
sold out in an hour and a half.
I know. It's exciting. I mean, this is a winner. I call this the probation game. You win, you go to the next level, right? It's a one game.
That's
We're
good.
going to see how you play today. If you win this game,
We'll
then
let
you
you
can
move
go to
on.
Yeah, we're going to let you go. So, yeah, I guarantee you both sides probably didn't sleep well last night. Players are probably listening to the show right now and watching all the TV channels and stuff, and that's where you go, forget it, I got to head to the stadium and get there early. And I remember we were playing 7 o'clock game. I was probably here at 11 o'clock, just pacing around in my, my game undergarments and ready to go, man.
Gonzo, hot topic here on the Doug and Wolf Show, but are you a fan of the one-game playoff?
I like it. It's exciting.
Amen.
I mean, this is if we don't have the wild card, the excitement in the other cities wouldn't be there.
Right.
I mean, so I think it's great for baseball. The drama you saw last night, the Yankees and the Minnesota Twins game. That was electric there, and all the fans in New York City were going crazy. And of course, they're back in it, so it always makes it for good TV when you have all the major market teams in it.
Go back to the point you made earlier. I don't know if you'll remember every second of your Game 7 of the World Series, but when did you get to the ballpark? When did you go to bed? What was everything like leading up to first pitch?
For Game 7?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I slept very well because – we won the first 2 games, then we got swept the next 3, and then I remember the moment when we walked out of the dugout to go stretch for, right before the game, you go out and do your couple sprints and stuff like that to get ready, and those white towels were waving in the air, which today everyone's going to receive a red towel coming in. And I still remember looking around going, man, this is incredible. And the noise on the field, the level of excitement that you had. The hard part for the player, and Wolf, you know this, is not to get too amped up. Because if you get overly aggressive, like in football, you can overshoot or overplay. And it's the same way in baseball. You start swinging at bad pitches or trying to do too much. You want to hit the 8-run homer instead of just, getting a good pitch or getting on base for the next guy. This today really has to be a team game where guys have to put whatever they did throughout the whole season out the window. And you play for that one rock, everybody in there. And the common goal is to win this game and get to the next level. Hey, you're in it. You got to be in it to win it. So this team has worked hard all spring training. They've worked hard to get here to this moment, and now they have that one shot at it. Hopefully a couple guys can come up big.
As a wedge buster, you can't get too overhyped. You cannot. I will kill you. Okay.
And Wolf never played in a playoff game, so he doesn't
know. Yeah, so we are talking to Luis Gonzalez here on the Doug and Wolf Show. Gonzo, tonight, and some of the pressure that is going to be brought to bear tonight. It's a different paradigm, is it not?
Oh, it is, especially for the big-name guys, because those are the ones that everybody's counting on. Those are the guys that are keyed up on the other side. I heard you guys talking about it earlier. There are no hidden secrets now. Everybody knows everybody on the team. It's not like the 40-man roster where Joe Splavinovich goes on the mound and you go, who the heck is that guy? I've never seen him before. So you're scrambling to get a scouting report on this guy from your hitting coach. Everybody knows everybody. The key now is who's going to step up and be the big guy. Usually it's a guy that nobody's expected. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a Jake Lamb comes up big because everybody's keying on J.D. Martinez and Goldie, or an Ionetta pinch hit, or a Descalzo, or somebody that that's going to step up and do something big. You always want your big guns to go out there and play well because that's what they're expected to do. We expect Greinke to go out there and have a great game. He's getting $30 million a year, so he's expected to do that. Now, if somebody else comes up, they go, "Oh my God, this is a guy we didn't count on that he's done something spectacular for us."
What's the what do you guys talk about on a day like this? And you know how on broadcast we always go, what are the keys to the game and things like that? But what's really going on with the guys in the clubhouse? What do they say on an elimination
I don't think
game?
there's a lot of talk. I think everybody's kind of has their own nervous energy around them. And I think the big thing is you're focusing in on your job, what you have to do today. Don't be the weak link in the chain. You want to be that guy who's going to, hey, I'm going to do my job. You have to do yours. If I have to get on base or if I'm not feeling at the plate, you do whatever you can to get on base for that next guy to pick you up. And then on defense, you just want to try to make all the plays. Make the routine plays. If you make the spectacular play, that's great. But make all the routine plays. Don't give that team over there extra outs to play with.
So we've talked to Jeff Passan, a baseball historian. We talked to Mike Hazen, the general manager, of course, of the Diamondbacks, and their answers and replies a little bit different here. I'll ask you, does September impact your October? Does September, is there carryover going into, I realize this is a one-game playoff, but just the postseason in general, does your September impact your October?
Well, I think you definitely want to be playing well and swinging the bat well going into this. If you're not, for, say, Goldie, I know he struggled the last couple games, the last month. You want to just put it behind you. And if you're going well like a JD, you want to carry it right into the playoffs. So I think for our club, we've got some guys that are swinging the bat well, a couple guys that have struggled, and then you try to protect those guys in September. But now it's October. Everybody gets exposed. Everything you do out there on the field is going to be noticed. And that's why I always say, you know, and I've said it earlier on some other shows, every pitch, every play, every second means something. I mean, every pitch, whether it's a 2-0 pitch on the black that the guy took, that might be the best pitch you're going to get, or if you swing and miss at that one pitch right down the middle, you may not get that pitch again. You don't want to miss that. So it intensifies everything, man. And at the end of the whole playoff series, whether it's today or 3 or 4 weeks from now, hopefully, at the end of it, you're just physically and mentally exhausted because of the lack of sleep, the anticipation, just the eagerness to go out there and want to play well.
The last question, and if you just tuned in, we're talking to Luis Gonzalez. Talk directly to the crowd. How did the crowd help you in the postseason? Does it matter? Because it's not like football where you're making noise that affects the offense or different things like that. How can the Chase Field crowd affect tonight's game?
Oh, absolutely. It did for us in 2001. I mean, walking into the game with being down 3-2, and you're playing at your home ballpark, you want your home crowd to be behind you. You want it to make it a hostile environment for the visiting team, and it carries you, especially if you hope that you're ahead in the game. But if you're down by a run or whatever, you hope that those guys are behind you and they're fired up and they're yelling for you and pulling for you out there. You still got to do a job on the field, but it's just the emotional part of it that'll help pick you up and carry you through.
Gonzo, thanks, man.
Oh, you got it, man. Enjoy the game today. It should be a lot of fun.
Let's go. D-backs, just a hair after 5 o'clock, Wolf, Colorado Rockies.
Make sure Wolf doesn't run out on the field, man. I know he gets fired up for these big games. He's going to run out there and tackle Gray in the middle of the field. I like it.
That might help us, actually.
All right, guys.
Why not? There's Gonzo joining us. Coming up next, there's another debut that's happening tomorrow night. We'll talk to the general manager that's trying to bring new times to the West Side. That's next on 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports Station.